Hey everybody, this is Taylor with Ace Hackware, and today I am here to talk to you about the Rutabaga. This is the product we probably get the most questions about, both on our website and also in person, so I'm going to do my best to kind of give you a rough idea of what it is and what it does in just a couple of minutes. So the Rutabaga is basically a dual-purpose Pentest Drop Box. Its original design was based on the MultiPwner. The MultiPwner is another little product we carry, originally created by Kevin Bong. And it's a little Pentest drop box that we absolutely love. Why? Because it's inexpensive and super effective. The biggest problem with the MultiPwner is that as a small square router, it was a little bit fat, which made it hard to carry in your pocket, and more importantly, it required an external battery pack. So that meant while doing a wireless engagement or while doing a Pentest engagement, you're walking around with a big old box in your front pocket and a battery pack in your back pocket. We used to call this Pwner boner. So in order to avoid this, we set out to create a smaller, thinner profile that we could then take into an engagement without being as obvious. And the result was the Rutabaga. Now the Rutabaga is, again, a very small portable router. Like the MultiPwner, this is based on a TP-Link router. In fact, this is actually the TP-Link MR3040, which is a fantastic wireless router on its own. However, what makes this awesome and what makes this a Rutabaga is essentially two pieces of kit inside. Number one, we've actually taken the entire build kit from the MultiPwner and installed it onto the Rutabaga. So in its default configuration, this will operate exactly like a MultiPwner, meaning as a Pentest drop box, I can plug this into the Ethernet port in a client's network. It will automatically spawn a wireless network, and then I can connect back to it remotely in order to conduct my penetration test from a stall in the men's room or a car in the parking lot. In its other mode, the Rutabaga is designed to act as a Wi-Fi Pentest device or a Wi-Fi assessment tool. So like the MultiPwner, we're pretty enamored with the Wi-Fi Pineapple tool created by the guys over at Hack5. Wi-Fi Pineapple is a great device. It's used pretty much exclusively for doing long-range and high-power Wi-Fi testing. It's got some really cool tools built in, but in essence, many of those same tools are available as part of the stock OpenWRT repository. So what we've done is, in addition to the functionality of the MultiPwner on the Rutabaga, we've also added in the functionality of Wi-Fi Pineapple and other similar devices. Meaning, this is both a Pentest drop box and a Wi-Fi assessment tool in a single, small, thin platform. Now, most recently, we've also added a new web interface. So in addition to the default web interface provided with the MultiPwner, the Wi-Fi Pineapple open source web interface, which was pulled from GitHub version 2.8.0, the last open source version they released. Now we've also got the Sword web interface, which provides a little bit more automation and interaction with a few of the other pen testing and password cracking tools on the box. Now, one other thing I want to show you, and again, something that really sets this device apart, is the router itself. And what's magic about this is that unlike the MultiPwner, unlike the Wi-Fi Pineapple, everything is self-contained. So with both the Wi-Fi Pineapple and the MultiPwner, again, in order to really use it remotely, we're going to have battery packs and cables and antennas and wires. Not so with the Rutabaga. The Rutabaga, everything you need is inside this little package. This is because it uses a built-in lithium-ion battery. So I'm going to open the case on the Rutabaga and show you that inside is essentially a small TP-Link cell phone battery. This little battery, I think it's at 2,000 milliamp hour, it is. And we've had varying reports on length of battery life, but I can safely say that I've used one of these for 4+ hours consecutively before I had to recharge. And I've heard reports of as much as 5 to 7 hours of battery life, depending on what you're using the Rutabaga for. Again, we love our little Rutabagas. This one device has allowed us to eliminate a whole bunch of other tools in our kit. And so far, the feedback we've gotten from our users is pretty fantastic. Now, the one final thing I want to show you before we depart today is the final feature that was created within the Rutabaga. And we actually did this for flexibility purposes, but it also creates a unique plausible deniability capability here. What we've done is we've used a mechanism with an OpenWRT called pivot root. And what that means is that from the moment the Rutabaga boots up, all of its file system is actually running on this little USB device plugged into the USB port. So this is all of our storage, including all of our security tools, all of our data, and everything else that we produce during the course of conducting a pen test. What that means is that if I have to leave this device behind during a pen test, if I've got to drop this and just go, if I simply pull the USB stick out of the router and leave the router behind, all of my data lives here, and this is, in essence, nothing more than a Wi-Fi router. There's no password tools, no cracking tools, no security tools, and no client data whatsoever left behind on this device because everything is contained. So I hope you like this little presentation, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us by email. We'd love to answer your questions. Thanks again. For those of you that have a rutabaga, thanks for being customers. Spread the word to your friends, and look forward to seeing everybody at the next con. Ciao.